Which team is the greatest in history, the 1996 Bulls or the 2001 Lakers? If they travel through time to the present day, could they still dominate the league? Once regarded as super teams, would they have become outdated and unable to cope with the pace and space, heavy style of the modern small ball era? To find the answer, I have brought both teams into the 23-24 season. The 2001 Lakers compete in the Western Conference and the 1996 Bulls in the Eastern Conference. They will go up against modern superstars who routinely score 60 or 70 points in a single game, all battling for the NBA championship. Will these two teams fight their way out of their respective conferences? Will they meet in the finals as expected and win the championship? As usual, before the season begins, let's take a quick look at the records and overall roster ratings of both teams. The 1996 Bulls finished the regular season with a legendary 72-gotten record, first in the league. They averaged 105.2 points, ranking first in the league, and allowed 92.9 points, ranking second. Their average point differential was 12.4, again first in the league. In the playoffs, their scoring dropped to 97.4 points, only fourth in the league, but they allowed just 86.8 points, moving up to first place defensively. Their average point differential was 10.6, still first in the league. By comparison, the 2001 Lakers posted a far weaker regular season record than the Bulls. They went 56-26 and finished only second in the Western Conference. They scored 100.6 points on average, ranking third in the league, but surrendered 97.2 points, ranking just 23rd. Strangely enough, they still held a 3.4-point average scoring advantage, good for second in the league. Impressively, in the playoffs, their average scoring rose to 103.3 points, leading the league. Their opponent's scoring was held to 90.6 points, jumping to third in the league. Their average scoring margin surged to an astonishing 12.8 points, ranking first in the league by a wide margin. Many media outlets regard the 1996 Bulls as the strongest team in league history. After all, they achieved an impressive 72 wins and 10 losses in the regular season, followed by a remarkable 15 wins and 3 losses in the playoffs. Throughout the entire season, they recorded 87 wins and 13 losses, with a winning percentage of 87%, securing the top spot on the all-time list.
The 2001 Lakers, in fact, never really gave their all. During the regular season, their play was extremely perfunctory. When it came to the playoffs, they became slightly more serious and delivered a dominant performance of 15 wins and 1 loss, successfully defending their title. This was the Lakers at their peak during the three-peat era and is widely regarded as the most dominant team in NBA history. Regarding the specific team roster, the Los Angeles Lakers starting 5 are Fisher, Kobe, Fox, Grant, and O'Neal, with key rotation players including Tyronn Lue, Horry, and Brian Shaw. In the 2001 playoffs, Shaq averaged 30.4 points, 15.4 rebounds, 3.2 assists, and 2.4 blocks, with an outstanding overall rating of 98. Kobe also averaged 29.4 points, 7.3 rebounds, 6.1 assists, and 1.6 steals in the playoffs, earning an equally impressive overall rating of 98. Fisher averaged 13.4 points, 3.8 rebounds, 3 assists, and 1.3 steals, with an overall rating of 77. Grant averaged 6 points and 6 rebounds, with an overall rating of 81. Fox averaged 10 points, 4.9 rebounds, 3.6 assists, and 1.9 steals, with an overall rating of 80. The starting 5 for the Bulls are Harper, Jordan, Pippen, Rodman, and Longley, with key reserves including Kukoc, Kerr, and Wennington. Throughout the playoffs, Harper averaged 8.8 points, 3.7 rebounds, and 2.5 assists. With an overall rating of 81, Jordan averaged 30.7 points, 4.9 rebounds, 4.1 assists, and 1.8 steals, with a field goal percentage of 45.9%, three-point percentage of 40.3%, free throw percentage of 81.8%, and an overall rating of just 99. Pippen averaged 16.9 points, 8.5 rebounds, 5.9 assists, and 2.6 steals, shooting 39% from the field, 28.6% from 3, and 63.7% from the line, with an overall rating of 96. Rodman put up 7.5 points, 13.7 rebounds, and 2.1 assists, shooting 48.5% from the field and 59.3% from the free throw line, earning an overall rating of 88. Longley averaged 8.3 points, 4.6 rebounds, and 1.6 assists, with an overall rating of 76. Sixth Man of the Year, Tanai Kukoc averaged 10.8 points, 4.2 rebounds, and 3.9 assists per game, with shooting percentages of 39.1%, 19.1%, and 83.8%, and an overall rating of 84.
Steve Kerr averaged 6.8 points, 1.0 rebounds, and 1.7 assists per game, with shooting percentages of 44.8%, 32.1%, and 87.1%, and an overall rating of 78. Overall, the player with the highest three-point shooting percentage for the Chicago Bulls in the playoffs was Michael Jordan, who had long been criticized for his lack of a three-point shot. After reviewing the overall introductions of the two teams, fans who started watching basketball relatively late might feel that the statistics of Jordan, Shaq, and Kobe are nothing extraordinary. However, comparing data across eras is inherently unfair. In the 1995 Finity 6 season, the league's average points per game was 99.5. By the 2021 season, it had dropped to just 94.8. Fast forward to the 2022-23 season, and the league's average points per game had soared to an astonishing 114.7. Just as Kobe's legendary 81-point game once left people in awe, the impact of today's performances, such as Luka Doncic's 73 points, Damian Lillard and Donovan Mitchell's 71 points, Devin Booker and Joel Embiid's 70 points, and Bam Adebayo's 83 points, is simply incomparable. So the performances of those superstars, who moved freely even in the physical, hard-hitting era, are truly exciting to imagine in today's foul-prone league, with lighter defense. With that said, let's get straight to it. The legendary run of the 1996 Bulls and 2001 Lakers in the modern NBA begins now.
准备好了吗？来喽！3、2、1。
After the season started, I turned off injuries, turned on fatigue, and enabled 6 fouls. All teams were free from injuries and able to showcase their full strength, with the Lakers and the Bulls playing without any reservations and going all out. By the end of the season, the 2001 Lakers had achieved a terrifying record of 77 wins and 5 losses, while the 1996 Bulls were even more unstoppable, setting an unprecedented historical record of 78 wins.
In terms of individual performances, Kobe thrived in the small ball era and claimed the scoring title with 37.5 points on average. Jordan and Shaq also landed in the top 4 of the league's scoring list. With an explosive 16.3 rebounds on average, Shaq won the rebounding title and took home the regular season MVP trophy, together with Jordan, who was named Defensive Player of the Year, and Kobe, who earned Best Clutch Player. They established themselves as the league's most dominant individual talents. Phil Jackson, head coach of the Bulls, edged the Zen Master from the Lakers and was named Coach of the Year.
In terms of the All-NBA teams, O'Neal, Jordan, and Kobe were unquestionably selected for the first team.
Jokic and Antetokounmpo, as the top 2 current players in the league in terms of immediate impact, secured the remaining 2 spots. Embiid, who has overcome injury setbacks, along with Booker, Lillard, Doncic, and Pippen, were named to the second team. SCA Tatum, Morant, Edwards, and Leonard were selected for the third team. To be a true superstar, one must excel on both ends of the court. Legends like Jordan, Kobe, and O'Neal set the ultimate standard for superstars by earning all NBA first team and all defensive first team honors simultaneously. Currently, Antetokounmpo has also achieved this feat by making both all NBA first team and all defensive first team, while Rodman secured the final spot on the all defensive first team. SGA, Holiday, Pippen, Leonard, and Wembanyama were all selected to the all defensive second team. After reviewing the regular season performances, let's first dive into the high-stakes play-in tournament. Among the 8 teams, Pelicans, Mavericks, Grizzlies, Warriors, 76ers, Pacers, Hawks, and Bulls, which 4 will manage to secure the final spots in the playoffs. After a fierce battle, the Warriors, Mavericks, Pacers, and 76ers emerged victorious. However, as expected, the Warriors and Pacers are highly likely to be eliminated in the first round of the playoffs. This is because they are facing the 2001 Lakers and the 1996 Bulls, teams that are already incredibly strong. After a season of adaptation and experience, their overall ratings have improved to varying degrees. Kobe and Shaq's overall ratings have increased to 99, while for the Bulls, with Jordan's overall rating remaining unchanged, Pippen's overall rating has risen to 97, and Rodman's has increased to 92. Therefore, unsurprisingly, the Lakers swept the Warriors and the Bulls swept the Pacers. In the next round, they faced the Suns and the Knicks respectively. Just as everyone hoped they could salvage some pride for the current league, they unexpectedly suffered crushing defeats and were swept out of the playoffs once again. With unparalleled strength, the Lakers and the Bulls advanced smoothly to the conference finals. Here their opponents shifted to the Clippers and the Celtics, who arguably represent the strongest contenders in the league today. This time, can they maintain their unbeaten record? Let's wait and see. After After repeated failures, the Clippers and the Celtics have shifted their goal to avoiding a sweep, yet such a simple hope turned into the most unattainable luxury as they ultimately failed to escape the fate of being swept. In the fourth game, the Bulls saw Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen each easily score 29 points, with 3 players surpassing 20 points and 5 scoring in double figures. In the Lakers' dominant victory over the Clippers, O'Neal exploded for 46 points and 23 rebounds, while Kobe Bryant delivered an all-around performance with an effortless 22 points, 7 rebounds, and 10 assists. However, the Lakers had only 4 players scoring in double figures, and their overall firepower paled in comparison to the Bulls by no small margin. When two Tigers fight, one is bound to be injured. The Lakers, who rely heavily on three-point shooting, and the Bulls, who are unstoppable on both ends of the court, meet on the grand stage of the finals. Which team is truly the greatest in history? As Game 1 begins, Shaq's hook shot bounces off the rim, Pippen's layup after contact misses the mark, and Fisher's jumper off the pick and roll clanks off the iron. Then, Jordan takes over the offense. With a swift pull-up, step back, and floater, he scores seamlessly, giving the Bulls the first points. Meanwhile, the Lakers' offense seems trapped in an inescapable net. In a fit of rage, Shaq charges forward like a ferocious beast, unstoppable as he rallies the Lakers to launch their offensive onslaught. To contain Jordan, the Lakers quickly resorted to a double-team strategy, but the other Bulls players were struggling with their shooting touch. Instead, Kobe nailed a turnaround long-range floater, and the OK duo began to click. Jordan used himself as bait, delivering a clever assist to Rodman for an easy layup. After Fisher finally hit a mid-range jumper, Rodman continued to sneak into the paint, but came up empty-handed. Kobe displayed the composure of a leader, launching a three-pointer from beyond the arc that pierced through the Bulls' net, helping the Lakers secure a strong 9-4 start. Seeing the Lakers assign Kobe to guard him one-on-one, Jordan showed no fear, backing down his defender and finishing with a powerful layup. After Fox was called for an illegal screen, Jordan came back with a vengeance, simplifying the game with his hard-nosed drive to the basket, allowing the Bulls to quickly close the gap. The Lakers held their ground, with Shaq keeping an eye on all directions and passing the ball outside, assisting Fisher in effortlessly scoring a three-pointer. Jordan continued the offensive, but a series of fake moves still couldn't shake off Kobe. In an intense offensive-defensive confrontation, Jordan used an extreme fadeaway to extricate himself from danger. Despite being double-teamed, Shaq's floater bounced off the rim, while Jordan's offense remained dominant. With precise mid-range shooting and nearly unstoppable one-on-one play, the Bulls quickly erased the deficit. Shaq, avoiding the strong and attacking the weak, drove to the basket for a layup, reclaiming the lead for the Lakers and steadying their momentum. Jordan once again faced off against Kobe, and this time, Kobe's physical defense finally stopped Jordan. Shaq received the ball in the low post, showcasing his agility and soft touch with a shoulder fake and a floater to extend the team's lead. Driven by an intense competitive spirit, Jordan called for no screen and sought no fouls. Relying on his exceptional skills, he executed a hop-step layup, determined to shatter Kobe's defensive confidence. Kobe made a clever pass to Fisher, drawing a defensive foul on Harper. During Fisher's free throws, the Zen Master substituted Kobe out, leaving the highly aggressive Kobe visibly frustrated. After returning to the court, Kobe went on an absolute rampage. He engaged in a scoring duel with Jordan, creating numerous scoring opportunities and drawing fouls. With just over a minute left in the game, the Lakers led the Bulls by 8 points. After Rodman missed a driving layup, the Bulls relied on their suffocating defense to keep their comeback hopes alive. They trapped and shut down Grant, then launched a massive counterattack. However, in their crucial offensive possession, Kobe intercepted the ball mid-play, which almost sealed the Bulls' fate. This situation left the Bulls in an extremely difficult position, and even a player as dominant as Jordan couldn't turn the tide. Although he managed to close the gap with aggressive scoring, the Lakers players, sent to the free throw line, consistently responded with steady makes on both attempts. Ultimately, after Jordan fouled out, the Bulls' defeat was sealed, suffering their first home loss of the season in a stunning upset.
In this game, even with only 2 out of 8 three-pointers made, Jordan still efficiently scored 36 points. Pippen and Rodman also delivered commendable performances. In the second half, under their heavy defensive pressure, Shaq's performance significantly declined. Kobe, who stepped up to save the game, faced immense difficulty with every shot attempt due to Jordan's tight defense.
Despite the game unfolding this way, the Bulls still suffered a loss, proving that the 2001 Lakers were indeed a formidable team. For the Bulls to defeat the Lakers, they must execute every detail flawlessly and deliver a perfect performance.
In the second game, led by the relentless Michael Jordan, the Bulls started with ferocious defense and held the Lakers to just 10 points in the second quarter. However, the Lakers, having adjusted their strategy by halftime, played steadily in the second half. With just over 4 minutes remaining in the game,
the Lakers trailed the Bulls by only 6 points. In terms of stamina, the younger Kobe held a slight advantage in his intense duel with Jordan, but Jordan remained undeterred in terms of competitive spirit, with both players trading blows throughout the game. Comparatively, aside from Jordan, Kobe, and O'Neal, the other players seemed to struggle to keep up after enduring the grueling physical battle, facing constant double teams. Shaq's safest passing option was none other than the Black Mamba. After Kobe drained a three-pointer, the Lakers narrowed the gap to just 3 points. As Tanai Kukoc missed an open three-pointer, Kobe quickly launched another attack. With a sudden stop and a fadeaway, he caught the Bulls off guard, reducing the deficit to just 1 point. But Kobe's performance wasn't over yet. In the next possession, he pushed off Michael Jordan and sank a left-handed floater off the glass. Although the Bulls fought back fiercely, with every player stepping up to support Jordan, Kobe, in the midst of his scoring frenzy, was determined to defeat him. The showdown between the two generations of basketball royalty was reaching its climax. Kobe just slammed a powerful dunk, and Jordan immediately responded with an alley-oop layup, followed by a self-rebound and putback. In the next possession, Kobe double-teamed, passed the ball to the perimeter, assisting Fox in hitting a three-pointer from beyond the arc, narrowing the deficit to just 1 point. Then, after Kobe stole the ball from Jordan and drove the length of the court for a one-handed slam dunk, the Lakers completely turned the tide of the game. With 28.3 seconds remaining, they finally seized control. The Bulls quickly called a timeout, marking a moment of strategic battle between the Zen Master and Phil. After the timeout, the Bulls took an unconventional approach by boldly deploying Kukoc, who was favored by the Zen Master. Unfortunately, the basketball bounced off the rim, forcing them to resort to a foul tactic, sending Kobe to the free throw line. After Kobe made both free throws, the Bulls, trailing by 3 points, created a miracle. Harper, under pressure from Fisher, made a strong shot, helping the Bulls tie the game. Next, their task was to defend against the Lakers' offense and force the game into overtime.
Looking for Bryant. Bryant outfield. 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds for the win. Got it.
Well, we talked about him countering his game after Michael Jordan, and this was Jordan-esque right.
With Kobe's perfect buzzer beater shot hitting the mark, the Lakers unexpectedly won 2 consecutive away games, setting the series score at a 2-0 lead. In the NBA world, where winners reign supreme, and under the protection of modern basketball rules, the status of the basketball god has become less unshakable. In this game, Jordan shot 16 for 24, maintaining his efficient and stable performance, but his overall contribution of 33 points, 3 rebounds and 4 assists could hardly overshadow Kobe's dazzling 44 points, 11 rebounds and 14 assists. Without resorting to any underhanded tactics, the OK duo managed to defeat the Bulls twice, becoming another towering mountain standing in Jordan's way, just like the bad boys Pistons before them. In the third game, the teams moved to Los Angeles, where the Lakers had the advantage of favorable timing, geographical conditions, and popular support. However, from the latter half of the first quarter, they were almost completely dominated throughout the game. Suffering a crushing defeat by 26 points, they paid the price for their carelessness and overconfidence. In this game, O'Neal dominated with 33 points, 18 rebounds, and 6 assists, while Kobe contributed 28 points, 11 rebounds, and 2 assists. However, the enraged Bulls were undoubtedly the more commendable team. Michael Jordan exploded for 40 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists, with Pippen and Kukoc also each scoring 28 points, and all 3 delivered exceptionally well-rounded performances. As a result, Game 4 became the most critical matchup. The Bulls had to secure this victory, while the Lakers clearly did not want to be dragged back into a grueling battle. With 2 minutes remaining in Game 4, Kobe Bryant drove to the basket for a layup, helping the Lakers cut the deficit to just 4 points. Shortly after, Bill Wennington soared for a thunderous one-handed dunk, and Tony Kukoc sprinted down the court for a powerful alley-oop slam, helping the Bulls extend their lead back to 8 points. At this crucial moment, Derek Fisher missed 2 consecutive shot attempts, both rimming out. All signs seemed to indicate that the Lakers were headed for another defeat. After Grant scored on the second chance opportunity, the Lakers still trailed by 6 points. At the critical moment, the OK duo combined to make a difference. Neither Jordan nor Wennington could gain an advantage in the Lakers' paint. The Lakers launched a fierce counterattack, with Kobe pushing the ball at full speed. Grant received a brilliant pass from Kobe and threw down a thunderous dunk, cutting the deficit to 4 points. Subsequently, the Lakers employed a fouling strategy, sending Harper to the free throw line. At the line, Harper made only one of his 2 free throws. The Lakers quickly called a timeout, trailing by 5 points, but still holding hope for a comeback. After the timeout, Kobe once again passed the ball to the red-hot Grant, who scored consecutively, narrowing the gap to just 3 points. But with a moment's lapse, Jordan soared toward the basket. Amidst the double team from O'Neal and Kobe, he snatched the ball mid-air and slammed it into the hoop, stunning the Lakers. The gap remained at 5 points, yet turning the tide seemed nearly impossible. Whether the Lakers could pull it off, we continued to watch. After the timeout, Kobe held the ball at the top of the key, executed a spin move followed by a reverse pivot, and finished with a powerful Euro step layup, drawing a foul in the process. Following Kobe's successful free throw, the Lakers narrowed the deficit to just 2 points. They continued to employ the foul strategy, sending Harper to the free throw line once again. Coincidentally, Harper once again made only one of his 2 free throws, giving the Lakers a golden opportunity to tie the game. At the critical moment, the Shark transformed into a dominant force under the basket, securing every rebound, while Kobe became the ultimate closer. In the final 2 minutes, he scored 8 points and dished out 2 assists, leading the team to force overtime after Jordan missed the game-winning shot. After overtime began, the Shark dominated on both ends of the court, excelling in cuts to the basket, shot-blocking defense, and aggressive offensive rebounds, all executed with unstoppable momentum. However, led by Jordan, the Bulls steadily chipped away at the lead, and with just over 2 minutes remaining, the score was tied. After the Shark bombarded the Bulls' basket with a thunderous dunk, the Lakers regained the initiative. Unexpectedly, Kukoc grew stronger with each battle, and even Grant's foul proved futile. Unfortunately, his free throw failed to find the net. In the tense moment, Kobe stepped up and forcefully took over the game. He and Jordan once again engaged in a dazzling offensive duel, their moves so spectacular, it was like watching God's battle, leaving the audience spellbound. After Jordan scored on an alley-oop layup, the Bulls took a 1-point lead over the Lakers. Under airtight defense, the Lakers passed the ball to Kobe. Facing the toughest individual defense, even when struggling to advance, Kobe took it upon himself to sink a 3-pointer from beyond the arc, piercing through the defense and reclaiming the lead for the Lakers. Michael Jordan, trapped in a tight defensive setup, missed a floater off the rim. To secure the advantage, the Bulls resorted to a fouling strategy, but since the foul count hadn't been reached, they had to continue with the fouling tactic. After the ball was put back into play, Fisher suddenly launched a surprise shot, sinking a mid-range jumper and pushing the Bulls to the edge of a cliff with no retreat. For their next possession, they had to score. And at this moment, everyone knew the only choice for this crucial play had to be Jordan, especially with the Lakers' Zen master, who could foresee everything on the sidelines. Under Kobe's tight defense, Jordan, fearless as ever, rose up and shot a 3-pointer. As the ball swished through the net, the suspense of the game surged once again. Would they head into overtime, or would the Lakers deliver the final blow? Let's watch together.
Emergency stop. Jump shot.
Got it.
The ball didn't go in. Kobe missed the game-winning shot.
As Kobe's game-winning shot bounced off the rim, the Lakers were forced into a second overtime by the Bulls. However, by this point, the Bulls were already running on fumes, while the younger Lakers showcased an increasingly evident advantage in stamina. Horry sank a 3-pointer, Shaq scored on a putback, the O'Neal, Bryant duo executed a pick and roll followed by a thunderous dunk, and Shaq finished with an alley-oop layup. The Lakers' offensive onslaught overwhelmed the Bulls like a tidal wave, despite Jordan giving his all to turn the tide, relentlessly dunking and driving through double teams to narrow the gap to just 5 points. Kobe's brilliant assist to Fisher for a corner 3-pointer after drawing the double team essentially sealed the Bulls' fate. Jordan still refused to give up. He exploded off the ground and dunked right over Kobe. However, Fox suddenly erupted without warning, hitting 2 consecutive 3-pointers, leaving the Bulls with no chance of a comeback. They suffered a heartbreaking 7-point loss to the Lakers, and the hard-fought double overtime battle ultimately went in vain, plunging the Bulls into an almost insurmountable 1-3 deficit. This game was a visual feast of epic clashes, with Shaq being named the MVP. He made 21 of 25 field goal attempts and 11 of 16 free throws, truly dominating at will. He unleashed a monstrous performance of 53 points, 20 rebounds, and 7 assists, completely dismantling the Bulls' interior defense. Kobe was no less impressive, delivering a comprehensive stat line of 53 points, 8 rebounds, and 13 assists. Even in the annals of league history, few have been able to stand toe-to-toe with Jordan, who exploded for 61 points and hold their ground without faltering. However, at this moment, whether it was Jordan, Kukoc, Harper, or Pippen, none could take pride in their own performance. Playing only 14 minutes and fouling out in just 6 minutes, Rodman was filled with extreme self-blame. In the 5th game, they fought with their backs against the wall and emerged victorious. Leveraging their home court advantage, they battled fiercely with the Lakers for 3 quarters before completely erupting in the 4th, outscoring the Lakers by 11 points in that quarter alone, finally allowing them to breathe a slight sigh of relief. In this game, Jordan battled for 42 minutes, delivering an impressive 47 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists, while Pippen recorded a triple-double with 26 points, 13 rebounds, and 14 assists. Their offensive and defensive performances were nearly flawless, yet the Bulls remained in a precarious situation. Longley and Rodman were once again fouled out, and they had no answer for Shaq, who dominated with 41 points and 21 rebounds. Fortunately, Rodman completely shattered Grant's mentality, while the young Kobe also fell short in his matchup against Jordan, losing the sharp shooting accuracy he had in the previous games. This left Shaq isolated and helpless in the paint, helplessly pushed into the empty stats group. The series score was rewritten to 2-3, and the Lakers were no longer at ease. If they couldn't secure a win in the 6th game, the Lakers' psychological superiority would vanish, and the Bulls would then hold the advantage of timing, location, and unity. Driven by a sense of urgent crisis, the Lakers and Bulls remained locked in a fierce battle, alternating leads with just over 2 minutes left in the game. After Kobe's graceful mid-range jumper, the Lakers took a 2-point lead over the Bulls, and the game reached a fever pitch.
Missed the shot from such a close range. It is Shaw blocked. The ball is out of bounds, so the Bulls get possession.
Jordan drives into the paint, and Bryant defends him Kukok with the ball. That shot is a perfect swish. Bryant, Jordan is defending him. From the wing, unfortunately, this shot didn't go in. Now is the Bulls' best chance to take the lead, and I believe they absolutely won't waste such an opportunity. The ball is in Kuko's hands. They missed a great opportunity to take the lead. This is O'Neal, and Rodman defended him. Then he passed the ball back to Horace Grant. Kobe. Although it is 20 feet away from the basket, the jump shot still goes in. It is really tough to defend against him. 5 seconds left. Jordan had the ball.
After Jordan made the layup, less than a minute remained in the game, and the two teams were tied again. The Lakers called a timeout, with Phil and the Zen Master urgently devising offensive and defensive strategies. Every possession from this point on would determine the outcome of the game.
This is Fisher, guarded by Kerr. The ball is now in Fox's hands. Three-pointer, Luke Longley grabs the rebound. Now Kerr shoots a three-pointer. The ball goes in!
After Kerr's three-pointer, the Bulls seize control of the game. With a 3-point lead, they have a strong chance of forcing a Game 7 if they maintain solid defense. Let's see if they can pull it off.
Defense, Bulls. They previously held a 12-point lead. The ball is in Grant S. hands. This is Fisher. Three-point shot attempt. Got in. This three-pointer is truly remarkable.
Fox has become the Lakers' surprise weapon, and the score is tied once again, making the game full of suspense. Will the Bulls close out the game? After the timeout, let's continue watching.
Jordan with the ball. That's over the foul limit without foul. Jordan putting moves. We're down to 2. Now 1. Here is Jordan. It is over. The Chicago Bulls have hit the game-winning shot. Jordan has sealed the game.
In the finals, Jordan, who never allowed a Game 7, was pushed to the brink of one. Yet, with an ultimate display of heroism and a buzzer beater, he firmly seized victory in his own hands. Showcasing his true champion spirit, Kobe's 36 points and O'Neal's 31 points paled in comparison. Jordan, descending like a god of destruction, once again proved the saying, never provoke the Black Jesus. With a stellar performance of 41 points, 5 rebounds, and 8 assists, he led the Bulls into the decisive Game 7. Trailing for almost the entire 4 quarters, they managed to take the lead with just over a minute left, pushing the game into a true do-or-die moment.
O'Neal sets a screen. Grant made a beautiful shot. Now, Jordan. It appears to be a blocking foul. This foul did not escape the referee's attention. Rodman's foul came at a very inopportune moment. On the perimeter, Bryant. This feint created a very good shooting opportunity, but unfortunately, the score was not completed. Chicago has possession of the ball. They are trailing by 1 point, and Jordan has the ball. Goal! Jordan is truly amazing. Kobe and Jordan truly deserve to be the top 2 shooting guards in NBA history. Both players take full responsibility and play with incredible toughness. This competition is truly thrilling and exhilarating. Kobe's response shot was very decisive.
At the critical moment, Kobe lived up to his reputation as a cold-blooded killer. From the free throw line, he sank a long-range floater to reclaim the lead for the Lakers, forcing the Bulls to call a timeout. With 24.7 seconds left on the clock, what choice will they make? Let's wait and see together.
On the perimeter, Jordan.
With 16.1 seconds left in the game, Jordan single-handedly took on the OK duo and made a floater, seizing control of the game. From that point on, they had to defend with all their might.
On the perimeter, Kobe. The ball is passed to Fox, three-pointer.
At the critical moment, the Sharks grabbed the rebound and scored a powerful putback, nearly sealing the game, as only 1.2 seconds remained and the Bulls had no timeouts left. Everything seemed to be settled, but the NBA is where miracles happen. Ron Harper miraculously won the game with a desperate, long-range three-pointer at the buzzer. Ultimately, after 7 grueling games, the Chicago Bulls, facing a 1-3 deficit, found opportunities amidst adversity and broke through their limits in the face of challenges. With unparalleled courage and perseverance, they emerged victorious in the end, standing tall over the vast 78-year history of the league. Their journey taught us that when adversity strikes, only by choosing to fight on rather than shy away from difficulties can we grow more mature and resilient.
In this game, Finals MVP Michael Jordan delivered an impressive stat line of 38 points, 8 rebounds, and 9 assists. He and his 1996 Bulls gave their absolute best effort and seized that one-in-a-million opportunity. Perhaps only such an overwhelmingly powerful superstar leading a flawless team could defeat the invincible OK duo. The end of the video, this film is dedicated to the great Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and Shaquille O'Neal, commemorating that generation of legendary basketball superstars we once deeply loved and who carried our youth.